Melody. I'm the Chinese immersion teacher from Broad River Elementary School. Today we are going to learn adding 4 two-digit numbers together. Our goal is I can add up to 4 two-digit numbers using strategies based on knowledge of place value and the properties of operations. So before we start today's learning, let's have a brief review. We have learned place value. Look at the number 634. The number 6 doesn't represent 6. It represents 600 because it is in the hundreds place. Number 3 represents 30 because it is in the tens place. Number 4 represents 4 because it is in the ones place. This knowledge will be very important for our learning today, since we're going to use place value strategy to solve addition problems. The second thing we need to remember is numbers can be added in any order to get the same sum. 1 apple and 3 apples make 4 apples. Even though you switch their positions, there are still 4 apples. 1 plus 3 equals 3 plus 1. With this knowledge, we can change the order of the addends to help us add faster and easier. Okay, now we're going to start to solve math problems using new knowledge we're going to learn. You have some time to grab a pencil and a piece of paper. Our learning will start with a story. Jenny, Jack, and Alex are having an online meeting with their teacher, Miss Chu. Miss Chu just asked them, "What did you do last week?" Now they're very excited sharing about it. Jenny was the first one sharing. She said, "I went shopping with my mom and dad. I bought $11 fruits, $13 vegetables, and $19 of toys." Miss Chu asked, "You really spent some money. So do you know how much money you spent in all for that shopping?" Jenny said, "Oh, that's an adding problem. Let me try." So she wrote down the number sentence. 11 plus 13 plus 19 equals. She was thinking like this. This looks a little bit hard for me, but I learned place value. Let me try to break them down into tens and ones, then add them separately. I will add tens place numbers first. They are 10 and 10 and 10. That's counting by tens. I know 3 tens make 30. Now I'm done with adding the tens place numbers. Next, I need to add one place numbers. They are 1 and 3 and 9. I want to use make 10 strategy here because I know 1 plus 9 equals 10. And I also know that I can change the order of addends to get the same sum. So I can switch 3 and 9, add 1 and 9 first to get 10, then add 3 more to get 13. Now if I add 30 and 13 together, I'll get a sum. It will be 43. I spent $43. Just now, Jenny used the place value strategy and added 3 two-digit numbers correctly. Let's have a brief review. What did Jenny do to solve the math problem? I'm going to use a pair of white circles to represent one two-digit number, red circles to represent tens place numbers, and blue circles to represent ones place numbers. Jenny used her knowledge of place value to solve the problem. First, she broke down every number into tens and ones. Then she added the tens place numbers first and got the first partial sum. Next, she added the ones place numbers and got the second partial sum. During the adding, she changed the order of two numbers to help herself add easier using make 10 strategy. Last, she added the two partial sums together and got the final sum. So there are 4 steps for the place value strategy. Break down numbers into tens and ones, add the tens place numbers, add ones place numbers, and add the two partial sums together. Do you remember the 4 steps now? Let's try to use the place value strategy to solve another math problem. Alex shared about his life after Jenny.
I did a lot of sit-ups last week because I want to be stronger. Monday, I did 15 sit-ups. Tuesday, I did 17 sit-ups. Wednesday, I did 20 sit-ups. And Thursday, I did 23 sit-ups.
Mr. said, "That's amazing. You were improving every day. Then how many times of sit-ups did you do in all last week?" Alex didn't count.
I don't know.
Can we help him to find out the total number using place value strategy? Take your pencil and paper. Let's try together. Write down the number sentence. 15 plus 17 plus 20 plus 23 equals. So that's 4 two-digit numbers. What is the first step? Yes, break down every number into tens and ones. Then, what should we do? Right, we need to add all the tens place numbers. There are 10 and 10, 20 and 20. So here, it seems using double strategy will be a faster way to get the first partial sum. Next, after we're done adding all the tens place numbers, what should we do? Yes, we need to add all the ones place numbers now. There are 5 and 7, 0 and 3. Here, also you can switch their positions to make your adding easier. After you get your two partial sums, the very last step is just to add the two partial sums together. Now, we will get the sum. The total is 75. Alex did 75 sit-ups last week. Are you having the same answer on your paper? Good job. Clap 5 times for yourself. It seems you have already got the strategy. Oh, we shouldn't forget Jack. He wants to share about his story too. Jack said, "I played with my dog all the time in the backyard last week. Monday, I played with him for 24 minutes. Tuesday, I played with him for 32 minutes. Wednesday, I played with him for only 16 minutes. But Thursday, I played with him for 28 minutes. Mr. said, "You were really having a lot of fun with your dog. Do you want to know how many minutes you spent with your dog in all?" Okay, my friends, if you were Jack, can you figure it out using place value strategy? Please try to help him. Let's write a number sentence. 24 plus 32 plus 16 plus 28 equals. Please try to say the steps aloud when you are working on this math problem. Let's say it together. Step 1. Break down every number into tens and ones. Step 2. Add all the tens place numbers. Use the strategies you've learned before to help yourself add. You can use doubles, or count by tens, or make 5 or make 10 strategies to get your first partial sum. Step 3. Add all the ones place numbers. We can use make 10 strategy to add faster. After you got the two partial sums, step 4, add the two partial sums together. We have the sum now. It's 100. If you got the same answer, tap your shoulders for 5 times. Well done! You're quite familiar with the place value strategy now. So here, it's your challenge time. Can you work these 2 questions out without help in 2 minutes using the place value strategy? Of course, without a calculator too. I'm going to run the 2 minutes progress bar. Grab your pencil and take the challenge. Are you ready? Start. During you solving the math problem, saying the steps aloud will help you think while solving the problems. If you still feel like, it's a little bit hard for me to remember all the steps, I can give you some hints when 1 minute passed. So here I'm going to give you some time to solve the first question. If you are fast and finish it, you can do the double check. All right. It's almost 1 minute. So if you need my hint, let's say the 4 steps out together. Step 1. Break down every number into tens and ones. Step 2. Add all the tens place numbers. Step 3. Add all the ones place numbers. Now you should have 2 partial sums already. So we move to step 4. Add the 2 partial sums together. Now you should have your sum. Don't forget to double check. Okay, time's up. Congratulations if you've already got your answers. And it's totally fine if you haven't finished. Time passes fast when you are focusing on something. Let's check it together. Question 1. We break down every number into tens and ones first. And then we add all the tens numbers together and get our first partial sum. So it should be 50. Then we add all the ones place numbers together to get our second partial sum, 11. Here, of course, you can use make 10 strategy to help you add faster. Okay, then our last step, add the 2 partial sums together. So, what is the answer? 61. A good job start for you if you got the same answer. Okay, let's move to question 2. It's the same steps. Break down every number into tens and ones first. Then add all the tens numbers together. So your first partial sum should be 70. Next, we need to add all the ones place numbers together and get to a second partial sum. 20. Here, of course, you can switch their positions and use make 10 strategies too to help you add faster. In the last step, add the two partial sums together, and the answer is 90. Good job, a great job start for you. If you got the same answer as me. Now, my friends, do you remember the place value strategy now? 4 steps for place value strategy. Step 1. Break down every number into tens and ones. Step 2. Add all the tens place numbers. Step 3. Add all the ones place numbers. Step 4. Add the two partial sums and get your final sum. And don't forget, you can change the order of the addends to help you add faster. Okay, now we can say, I can add up to 4 two-digit numbers using strategies based on knowledge of place value and the properties of operations. Parents and friends watching this video till now may be still wondering how to use the strategy in our daily life. In fact, we are dealing with many math problems that need us to add more than two two-digit numbers. So here are the 2 suggestions from me. First, you can record the activities you are doing in your daily life, like how much you spent in the shopping, how many times you did a push-up or rope skipping last week, how long you are taking to work on your homework every day. You can use bar graphs to help you to record the data. Then you can analyze the data by adding the numbers together using place value strategy. For example, you can start to record the minutes you spent doing your homework last week as shown below. At the end of the week, you can add the numbers together to get a sum using place value strategy. Keep recording for several weeks and you will have your own data of the time you spend on homework to see if you are getting more effective on doing your homework or you need to work on any topic harder since you took a longer time working on that topic. Second, you can set a small goal for next week. Try to set a 1-week goal for yourself. Like, I want to read 100 pages of books, or I want to do 200 sit-ups next week, or I want to run 300 minutes next week, etc. Also, record yourself trying to reach the goal every day with a bar graph. Then analyze the data by adding the numbers together to see if you reach your goal or not. Parents can join the goal setting, data collecting, and data analyzing with their children too. Okay, that's it for our today's learning. Hope you've learned something new and useful from me. Thank you for watching Teaching Through Television. Have a good day. Bye.
For more episodes of Teaching Through Television, go to the County Channel's YouTube page, click on the playlist, and select your episode.